guys, it's Rose here. Welcome to my October plan with me for 2018. Before I start, I'm just going to do a quick flip through for you of the month of September. Here I've got my monthly cover page, which I've done some watercolor florals. Then I've got my monthly log, which I've followed the original bullet journal format for this month. And then over the page I've got my meal tracker for dinners and my monthly habit tracker, which I've mostly filled out for this month already. On the next page you can see the font that I used for September. I had so many requests for the whole alphabet for this, so I decided to draw it out on a double page spread for you guys. If you want to have a closer look at it, you can find it on my Instagram feed over at littlemissrose. Because I'm using the new Archer and Olive notebook with thicker pages, I decided to have a go at some watercolor hand lettering, which is what that was just before. It works really well in this notebook because the pages are just so thick and you don't have to worry about any ghosting or bleeding. I've used watercolor in every single weekly spread of September and I've loved it. So on to October. I had lots of requests to do a pumpkin theme this month, so I've already gone ahead and sketched out how I want my pages to look. So I'm using Kelly Creates fine liners just to create my headings. This font I'm doing I found on Pinterest again. I'll include the link in the comments below. This font's a bit more geometrical than last month, and I'm using the circle stencil to help me with the circular shapes. This stencil is one of my favourite tools for bullet journaling. It's great for obviously drawing circles, but I find it really helpful doing this sort of lettering where you need circular shapes, and I don't tend to have this very steady hand, so it's really helpful. And that is my simple October heading. Now I'm just going to go in and add some colour using some watercolour paints for the pumpkins that I've drawn. I'm using Winsor & Newton Cotman watercolour paints. Anything that I use in this video I'll make sure to add a link in the comments below. So I do find it quite odd doing pumpkins at this time of year because I'm in New Zealand and it's springtime. Today we had a gloriously sunny day, so pumpkins isn't something that I associate with this time of year, apart from when I look at Instagram and there are just hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of photos of people's pumpkin artwork. But hey, we'll just go with the flow. This is what you guys on Instagram requested, so this is what I'm going to do. I didn't really have any other theme ideas anyway, to tell you the truth. But anyway, this spread actually didn't turn out how I thought it would look in my head. I sort of had some glorious ideas of blue tinted pumpkins and leaves, but when I tried to mix the colours it didn't really work out for me. Watercolour is still really new to me, so I've still got a lot to learn. One of them is how to mix colours. So you can see I've just coloured in all of the main parts of the pumpkins and the leaves. Now I'm just adding in the stalks using a fine brush. So here you can see I'm outlining the leaves with some darker watercolour using my fine brush again. I started doing it on these leaves and then decided that I didn't actually like the look of it, so I kind of smudged them out a little bit. I've sort of completed it for this page, but I've not carried it on with the rest of my setup. and I'm using a fine liner to outline my drawing. You can see I've closed the lid of my watercolors and I'm using it to rest my hand on so that I have an even surface when I ink in the drawings. I actually usually use my phone to do this, but I'm actually filming with my phone, so I had to improvise and use the watercolor set. Here I'm just adding some details to the leaves and outlining the vines of the pumpkins. I'm not actually sure if pumpkin leaves look like that, just to use some creative license. And I'm just adding some shadow below the pumpkins so that they're not just sort of floating on air. And that is my cover page for October. And next is my monthly log. This month I decided to go with a calendar format just to change it up. Here I'm just setting up my heading again using the stencil and a fine liner. Next I'm just rolling in the boxes for my calendar. This little blank portion on the bottom right hand side page is just going to be notes for the month. Now I'm just going to paint in some more pumpkins and leaves. So this month we've got school holidays and our family is away for a week in the school holidays. So I prefer to use the calendar layout when we have holidays because I can just highlight a whole week or two, whatever, and you can see at a glance when exactly you're away. Whereas with the bullet journal format, the original format, it's a bit harder to see. And I honestly just like to change it up from month to month, otherwise I'll get bored with my bullet journal. So here we go, just adding leaves again and then outlining the drawing with the fine liner. I've used a size 005 fine liner, it's the thinnest one you can get I think, and I chose this one because I just wanted a very delicate outline on my drawings. I'm just adding the dates to the calendar. And that's my monthly log for the month. These next two pages are for my usual trackers. On the left is my meal tracker for dinner, where I just note down what we have for dinner each night. and on the right hand page is my habit tracker, and I have about 10 habits which I track monthly. So here I've just used the same font as my other pages, and using a Tombow brush pen added the cursive underneath. I'm just creating the exact same habit tracker as I did last month, so if you want an explanation on that, you should go and watch my September 2018 Plan With Me. That's a shameless plug, go watch it if you haven't already. Anyway, I'm just going to copy in the exact same habits as I did last month into this month. And those are my trackers for October. So I'm adding something new to my monthly setup this month. Let's just say that lately I've been putting on a wee bit too much weight. And I think that comes down to the fact that I really love my food and I need to watch what I eat. So I'm going to note down everything that I eat for the month. Well, that's the plan anyway. So I'm borrowing this spread from Karud from Instagram. I'll link her in below in the comments. Basically we're just going to write down what I eat for breakfast, lunch and dinner and any snacks, and I'm also going to give it a traffic light, so red for bad, green for good, orange for maybe I shouldn't have eaten it, and then I'll give the day an overall traffic light on how well I've eaten for the day. So the plan is that by writing everything down, it will make me think before I eat. Especially those donuts and the wine and the cupcakes. So back to what I'm doing. I'm just adding some leaves and some vines. No pumpkins on this page because I couldn't fit them in. Next up I have my usual journaling pages, which are just blank pages, and I add a little bit of decoration to one or two corners. Here I've just decided to add pumpkins and vines to the left hand page. I'm just going through the same process as I did for my cover page. So here's my first weekly spread for October, and I am super excited that October starts with the first on a Monday, so we didn't have to split up weeks between September and October. Little things like that always make a bullet journaler happy. And speaking of things that make bullet journalers happy, today I got a package in the mail, a whole box of Karud markers, which I am so excited to try out, and hopefully I'll be able to do a review for you guys. Now just back to this weekly spread, I've gone with 7 boxes, one for each day of the week. Just keeping it simple again, nothing fancy. Don't expect I'll be too busy during the week, so it should be plenty of space for whatever I have planned. I actually really enjoyed doing these simple spreads all of September. I didn't have to worry about trackers or noting anything down, just my tasks, any notes I wanted to take, just keeping it simple. Now, I just want to say again that if you have not tried an Archer and Olive notebook before, you really need to. I am loving this so much. I just love being able to create in there without worrying about whether my inks or my paints will bleed through or ghost, because there is just none of that. And that is my first weekly spread for October. And of course, now for a quick flip through of my bullet journal setup for October 2018. If you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a comment below, like the video, and help me out by subscribing. Thanks so much for watching, and hopefully I'll have another video out for you next month.